ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the annual Quincy Chamber of Commerce annual meeting and gathering honoring awards. My name is Patrick McDermott. I'm the Sheriff of Norfolk County, a proud member of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce. Give it a round of applause. The crowd goes wild. We love that. But I want you to give even a more rousing welcome to your new president, Julie Pagano. Julie, come on up. Congratulations, Julie. Welcome. Show's all yours.
Thank you, Patrick. Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry, I have to kind of step away from the sun over there for a minute, so I'm not going to stand centered with the podium. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. It's such a pleasure to gather to celebrate our business community. For those who perhaps have not met me yet, my name is Julie Pagano. I am the new president of the Chamber. Thank you. And I know that some of you are probably looking around here and seeing that other guy in the room and wondering, hey, what's going on? But Tim and Tina are here as our guests this evening, and we have an appreciation gift for Tim later on in the program. Just 7 weeks into my position, and I'm excited for the future of our chamber. In these first few weeks, we have welcomed 24 new members. We have brought on a new corporate sponsor, Santander Bank. Thank you. We are hosting small business workshops. Thank you, Helen, for putting that together. We are meeting with board members, and I promise I will try to get to all of you at some point, but we're making headway on that. We are enhancing our planning for our farmers market and our holiday market on Kilroy. We are creating new and exciting networking opportunities. We're attending ribbon cuttings, which are the best, right, Mayor? And we actually planned a party for tonight. So we are so glad that you are here with us. So tonight, we are here for many reasons, but for three very special reasons. And first, we are inducting into the Chamber's Business Hall of Fame. It's our 8th member, and it's Mr. George Montilio. Montilios is celebrating their 76th year anniversary, and they have certainly earned their reputation as cake makers to presidents, popes, and the late Queen Elizabeth. Wonderful job, wonderful. George will be introduced by Dolly DePisa, a little bit down the road here. We also are recognizing 2 vibrant and rising small businesses with 2 grants named for the distinguished and accomplished business leaders and mentor, Phyllis Godwin and the late Bruce Wood. The Phyllis Godwin grant will be awarded to Allie Barnes of Rebuild Gym. And that award will be presented by Phyllis's granddaughter, Sally Meehan Saban. And the next award that we'll be awarding is the Bruce Wood grant will be awarded to Michael Weber from the Presidential Junk Removal Company. And that award will be presented by Bruce's children, Kathy and Michael Wood. The evening would not be complete without acknowledging the former president of the Quincy Chamber, and that is Tim Cahill. Tim is now the president of the South Shore Chamber, but his roots lie deep in his hometown of Quincy. He has been a great resource to me. Chairman Jim Dunphy of the Chamber will present the award to Tim. Next up, I'd like to acknowledge our supportive board members. And I hope I have everybody. I hope I haven't missed anybody, so if I do, just let me know. So first off, the CEO and president and our event sponsor tonight, my good friend, Jim Dunphy from the South Shore Bank. Larry Liuzzo from the Mass Bankers Association. Nan O'Neill from Murphy Hess Toomey in Lehane. Vice Chair Helen Shiner from the Shiner Group. Karen Smith from Karen's Corner. John Eng from Merrill and Lynch. Lorraine Tissay from Sunshine Travel. And I think I have everybody. Did I miss anybody? Vin Lee. Oh, Vin. Sorry about that, Vin. You know, you're my favorite, Vin. You know that. Also want to recognize some very important people in this room who are so supportive of the Chamber. First off, my dear friend, Mayor Koch. Senator John Keating, I'm not sure if he's here. Representative Bruce Ayers. City Council President Ian Kane. City Councilor Noel DeBona. City Councilor Richard Ash. City Councilor Scott Campbell. City Councilor Dave McCarthy. Former Councilor Chuck Phelan. Sheriff Pat McDermott. Where are you, Pat? Good to go. School Committee Member Tina Cahill. Director of Veteran Services Christine Cugini. President of Quincy College, Dr. Richard DeCristofaro. Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey. Norfolk County Treasurer Michael Bellotti. And I think I have everybody. If not, let me know. I'm sorry if I missed you. Good? We're good? All right. Oh. Jay Southwood. Where are you, Jay? Great Rock. My Marina Bay pal, where are you? So next, I would like to actually truly thank our sponsors in helping us make this evening and beyond a success. Event sponsors, South Shore Bank CEO Jim Dunphy and his wonderful team. Jim is a good friend, a neighbor, and is an exceptional leader of our community. He is also a great supporter and resource to our chamber. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, South Shore Bank. Thank you. Hall of Fame sponsor, Galvin Construction Company, Sean and Scott. Thank you. Your unwavering support of our chamber has not gone unnoticed. Thank you. Cocktail sponsors this evening are Murphy, Hess, Toomey, and Lehane, Quincy Cannabis, Bruce the Ambulance, Baker, Braverman, and Babadaro. Bruce Wood contributors are Mike McFarland from Colonial Federal Savings Bank, Ed Cohane from Cohane Funeral Home, Helen Shiner, the Shiner Group, Leo Kika from the Alba Restaurant Group, Johnny Kelby and Bob Rivers from the Eastern Bank, Ed Fleming from Fleming & Fleming, Greg McDonald from Common Market Restaurants, Chris Fontaine from Commonwealth Building, Mike Wood and his family, and myself. And to the 51 businesses who just keep showing up, your support we could not do without. You are invaluable to us in the city. Thank you for being here. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible team of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce. Paula Persevich, Celia Hussey, and Anya Hunter, wherever you are. Thank you for your hard work and your dedication to the Chamber. You move our Chamber forward every single day, and you make it a pleasure for me to come to work every day. So thank you. To the O'Connell family and our host, Granite Links, thank you for your kindness and support. We appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get to the award program now, and thank you. We're trying to move this along as fast as we can just to get to the good stuff. So next up, I get to introduce for the first time our keynote speaker tonight. And I pause for a reason that he and I understand and we know. Mayor Tom Koch is not only an extraordinary leader, but he is also a dear friend. I had the privilege of working for him and his amazing team, and it was an experience I will always treasure. He was a dear friend of our Bill Delahunt, and he is now my dear friend. His unwavering passion and commitment to our business community will have a lasting effect for years to come. We are truly grateful for your continued support, and especially the support that you have shown me this past year. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Thomas Koch.
Good evening, everybody. Nice to see everybody here. Beautiful sunset off to the side there. What a great spot this truly is. Thank you, first of all, on behalf of my colleagues in government. Community thrives because of the business community. Community in this city, we're so blessed with so many incredible businesses that are so supportive of what we do each and every day. Your investment in our city is terrific. You hire people, you pay taxes, you contribute in so many ways, whether it's a sports team, charity events. I know you hit up from anybody and everybody, and you always step up. The city is very fortunate to have the Quincy Chamber. I was just chatting with the former director, President Tim Cahill, who's now doing well in the South Shore, so it's good to see you, Tim. And I want to thank Julie for that very kind introduction, and thank the team at Quincy Chamber for the partnership that we do enjoy. This year is a special year because of all the Quincy 400 activities, and the Chamber's part of those activities, and I'm grateful. The Board of Directors, thank you for all you do in contributing. Again, we have a great city, a vibrant city. It's not by accident. Everybody in this room plays a part in that, including my colleagues here in government. I did want to make one little public announcement. As you know, we've been working very hard, Senator Keenan here and Representative Ayers, on a more robust and regular ferry service at Marina Bay. And the MBTA has informed me, I happen to serve on the board there, that we're going to have a regular ferry boat. They purchased 2 boats from New York. One's going to be assigned to Quincy, regular routes out of Marina Bay, and between roughly Memorial Day, Columbus Day, weekend routes as well. More times, better times, with including stops at the seaport, the aquarium, and Logan Airport. So it's a great asset. And I want to thank everybody who was involved in it. I did mention the senator and representative, but there's a whole team that's been working on that. We've got a $4 million grant to rebuild the pier, and I believe that will be a help to the economy at Marina Bay and the businesses down there, and we appreciate all they do as well. So I just suggest you pay attention to what's happening, what's coming up in the calendar. It's going to be a robust year with a lot of activities. Please join us. Some of you have already been sponsors of some of these. We thank you for that. But we're into March, almost into April, so we're well into 400th anniversaries of settlement. And again, thank you for all you do for this great city. Congratulations to the award recipients. My hat off to George Montilio. George is a special guy, and he's also one of those guys that's always helping out and contributing. Of course, you can afford it when you charge $20 for a cupcake, you know. Congratulations, George, and all the award recipients. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for getting the crowd going for me. Okay, so the next person that I would like to introduce, I'm actually delighted to introduce her, is Dolly DePisa. Dolly is truly a remarkable leader and past chairwoman of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce. Dolly's commitment to the community and business development is unparalleled. Please welcome Dolly DePisa. She's going to say some words about George.
All right, here we go. Can you hear me okay? All right. So this is the best part of the night. No offense to anyone else, but when we honor George, we honor so many people. So let me start by saying good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the Quincy Chamber of Commerce to honor an unbelievable institution, Montilio's Baking Company, and introducing them into the Chamber of Commerce Hall of Fame. In this city of rich history and traditions, and let's be honest, hearty appetites, we can't imagine a more deserving honoree. I'm here as one of the founding members of this chamber and also as the past chair, but more importantly, I'm here because the DePisa and Montilio families have been friends for 3 generations. My dad, Bill, and George's dad, Ernie, in addition to being friends, were business associates, compadres, and traveled the world as members of the ancient and honorable artillery company. Now, I can't even explain what that is, but anyway, it's a bunch of guys that travel around the world and have fun. That's what they are. My sister Carolyn worked with George in many capacities over many locations. My special needs brother, David, was happy working in Braintree, and he wore his Montilio shirt very proudly. So I have to tell a little story to George about, so David was at my sister's house the other day, and she had pizza for dinner. So David says to her, "Was this from Montilio's?" And she said, "No, it's not." Well, she said, "Well, I used to work at Montilio's. I used to be George's boss, And another funny story is we went to Darcy's, we went to the Common Market with David, and he used to work at the Common Market one time also, and so he told everyone at the Common Market that he worked there, but he liked working at Montilio's. So, we all know the Montilio's story. Montilio's began in 1947, when the bakery was founded by George's dad, Ernie. From its humble beginnings on Chestnut Street, many of you probably remember that, the family poured heart, soul, and sugar into creating delicious confections. Wedding cakes so stunning they would steal the show. Pastries so irresistible they should come with a warning label. And thankfully for me, coffee so good it chases away in the New England winters. Not to mention the wood-fired pizza that you're sampling today. Over the years, George took up the rolling pin from his father and continued to grow Montilio's into the beloved institution we know today. If you ever wondered how many smiles can be baked into a single cupcake, well, George has spent decades perfecting that recipe, and by all accounts, he nailed it. Beyond the buttercream and bakery cases, Montilio's has a long history of giving back. George has supported countless local charities, poured time and resources into the Quincy Rotary, and I think he's afraid when I pick up the phone and call him because he knows that I'm going to ask him for cupcakes or a cake or something. But Montilio's always, and George particularly, has helped ensure that every slice of cake comes with a side of goodwill towards the community. There's no surprise that the Quincy Chamber has recognized George and Montilio's for their philanthropic work, which this is a place where generosity is just part of the daily menu. George likes to say, and I'm only slightly paraphrasing, we're not just baking cakes, we're baking memories. Whether it's a birthday, a wedding, or Tuesday morning that you need a little pick-me-up, Montilio's is always there to add a little sweetness to all of our lives. That generosity of spirit is exactly what has earned Montilio's a spot in the Hall of Fame. Indeed, the measure of success is how many people you make happy, Montilio's might just be the gold standards for bakeries everywhere. As we formally induct Montilio's into the Quincy Chamber Hall of Fame, we recognize not only a business that has thrived for decades, but also a family legacy that continues to support and uplift our community. From iconic birthday cakes for the Patriots, the Queen we heard, the Pope, and all the philanthropic endeavors, Montilio's is proof that when you mix hard work, creativity, and a pinch of humor, you rise to great heights. Let me share a story my father told me. He came into the office years ago and he said, "I just saw Ernie Montilio, and he told me that George has met a smart, beautiful girl, and he's finally settling down and getting married. Yay, finally!" Well, there's a lot more to that story, but George, that's just the little part. So then I asked Alyssa, one of George's daughters, for a quote, and she said, "I have never seen him without a smile on his face." And Jenna said, of course, now I need my glasses. I was like, Dad is the one guy I have always looked up to, and I speak for my family when I say this. So here's to George, his wonderful family, his wife Christine, his daughters Jenna and Alyssa, and his sister Ernestine, and the entire Montilio's company baking team. Thank you for being a shining example of the sweetness that comes from combining passion for your craft and love for your neighbors. You have made Quincy proud one slice at a time. Now I would like to welcome, with George, Sean and Scott Galvin. The Galvin Companies were inducted into the Hall of Fame last year, and this year they have sponsored this award. Sean and Scott, thank you for your continued leadership at the Chamber, and we hope that George will continue the tradition of honoring the next inductee into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Montilios, on your well-deserved Hall of Fame induction. Now let's celebrate the best way we know by enjoying some cake, because every great moment in Quincy deserves a sweet finish.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that $20.
That's for you. Want to read it? Want me to read it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
I can.
Okay, go ahead.
So I want to thank you so much, the Galvins and Dolly and the Quincy Chamber and everybody that's put all this together tonight. It's really special. And here's a plaque. It says Hall of Fame 2025 inductee. Montilios is a family-owned bakery with the lowest prices you could ever get. Founded by his father, Ernie, who began baking in the basement of his father's pizzeria at the corner of Chestnut Street. And Montilios has grown to include 6 retail stores, 2 manufacturing facilities, 10 mobile pizza ovens, pastry trailers, and 125 employees, which add on another 40. It's 165. And we produce over 15,000 assorted baked goods daily. So this is, I can't thank you enough. This is so special. And we're going to put this right in the front of the store somewhere. You know? So it's great. And Quincy. Yeah. I'm going to say a few words with my daughter, Alyssa, and let me see if we get the okay. I'd like to thank again Tim Cahill too. Also, Tim was very, I really appreciate everything, and the new president Julie, and I couldn't be happier than the company can't be happier, and all my employees are sitting down here. I got a few of them, some of my key people. So we're going to introduce them in a second. So we'll speak the story again just quickly, but in '47, my father came out of the war, called his brothers, what are you doing? He said, they're all driving truck, they're doing this, they're doing that. He said, I'm staying in New York and learn a trade. So he got a job in a bakery called Ropa Pastry Shop in Manhattan, I think it was Manhattan, and he worked for a German and Italian baker. After he felt confident, he came home and he worked at, my grandfather says, well, you can come up, and he says, you can use the basement of my pizzeria and you can start the bakery. And he did. I have pictures of him in the oven, downstairs with the ovens, the mixers, and I was a little kid back then, like 4 or 5. And it was just amazing how hard he worked. And back in those days, sugar came in flour in 100-pound bags. Had to go down a set of stairs. The set of stairs weren't 3 feet wide. Everything had to go down and up those stairs. And he actually overcame the pizzeria, and it became the bakery on the corner of Chestnut and Foster Street. So that was the beginning of the company, and all that hard work and sacrifices made my grandfather Joseph, and his wife Adele, and my father Ernest, and my mother Carolyn, started. They were the ground of starting this company where we are today, and that was the hard blood, sweat, and tears that you think of, you read about, but that's how it started. It's just so basic. So on my little step of time, I come out of school, and actually I was playing football in senior year. My father goes, what are you doing playing football? You don't need football. He says, you got to talk to the coach and quit. And I says, I don't want to quit. I says, I'm doing good. He says, no. He says, talk to the coach. So I quit. So the next thing you know, the coach comes through the door, Coach Conroy, and he says to my father, what are you doing making him quit? He's playing for a girl. So he's not going to need it. He's not going to need it. He's coming to the bakery. He's just not going to need it. He wanted me to get right in that bakery after school. So little did we know, like he was training me, but he had me going to wood carving school in Quincy Square, okay, by a little guy teaching me how to wood carve. And I'm going, why am I wood carving? Okay. Next thing you know, I'm oil painting at the YMCA, okay, my little kit, okay. So things were like, turning. So I said, that's because he wants me to become a cake decorator. I said, I see where this is going, So when I graduated from high school, I said, well, I'm going to business school. I'm going to go to Bryan and Stratton. I'm going to take business, and I'm going to do accounting, because I liked accounting. And he goes, for what? I says, I'm going to really want to go, Dad. So he goes, so I said, I took Fortran, Cobalt, became a computer programmer. He goes, for what? What are you doing? You know, he says, you're going in the bakery. I said, yeah, sure, I am, eventually, you know. So then I threw one more curve at him. After graduating from there, I went to a baking school in Minneapolis, and then when I came home, that was it, all grounds on the floor. Started working in the bakery. And that was 50 years ago. So 50 years later. So today, the company's run by the third generation. Jenna and Alyssa are here, my daughters, twins, and my wife, Christine, who has done everything in the company that I've done, just helped out. And my daughter, Alyssa, who's running the day-to-day operations with Sites of the Future of the company, and my daughter, Jenna, Alyssa's twin sister, is in charge of product development, quality control, keep the menus up to date, along assisting her sister in day-to-day operations. My sister Ernestine, and this is where I'm going to get to my employees now, okay? My sister's not my employee, but she is an employee in a way that she runs a certain part of my company that's very unique. So we call her the general, thereabouts, okay? And she did work for Trump. I don't want to say too much, right? And she makes sure that the purchasing, the payroll, all departments are staying in line. My sister Marie, who worked in the company with weddings, retail, and her main job was actually being a teacher most of your life, right? Correct? I was going to say that, right? Yeah. Besides my immediate family, this is where we come into, I'd like to acknowledge this table behind my family's table. And that's our other family, is our key employees and all our employees, which it's an amazing group, I got to tell you. So, not to just go around and name everybody, but you could like to stand up, and then I want one to stand up afterwards. Could you please stand up and just say, everybody clap and just say thank you, okay? Okay, everybody will sit down, but Claire, keep up, okay? So this one has been working for 45 years for the company, okay? She goes in every morning at, what, 2:30, Claire? 2:30 every morning, gets everything rolling, gets the Danish, the croissants, everything getting rolling out so that they're fresh baked to get into the stores in the morning, and then some. So, and then everybody else there has key roles in my business. Without them, it'd be very hard to run my business. So now, I'm going to turn off. Alyssa's got something to say.
Okay.
And I'm jumping down.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alyssa, George's daughter, one of the two Twinkies, if you know us by that. Nice to see everyone here tonight. So tonight, I stand before you with immense pride and joy to celebrate someone incredibly special, my dad. As he is inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Quincy Chamber of Commerce, I want to take a moment to honor not just his achievements, but the remarkable man that he is. As the second generation of Montilius Baking Company, he has dedicated his life to building a family business that embodies hard work, passion, and genuine care. From a young age, I watched him pour his heart and soul into his craft. He worked tirelessly, often beyond what seemed possible, to ensure that every loaf of bread, every pastry, and every cake was crafted to perfection. His commitment has not only contributed to the success of our family business, but has also become a cornerstone to our family values. What I admire most about my dad is not just his hard work ethic, but the integrity in which he conducts himself. He is the hardest working and most genuine man I know. He treats everyone, employees, customers, and friends, with respect and kindness. He leads by example, showing me that success is not just measured by achievements or awards, but by the relationships we build and the impact we have on those around us. Growing up, I had the privilege of witnessing his unwavering dedication firsthand. He has inspired me in countless ways to strive for excellence, to be resilient in the face of challenges, and to always give my best. Dad, you've shown me the importance of hard work and the value of staying true to oneself. Because of your example, I'm proud to be the woman I am today. As I reflect on all that you have accomplished, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. I'm proud to call you my boss, and even more so, my dad. Your induction to the Hall of Fame is a testament to your incredible contributions and the lives you've touched through the work and your kindness. Thank you for being my inspiration and for leading our family with love and dedication. And congratulations on a well-deserved honor. We are all so proud of you. Thank you.
So next up is the Bruce Wood Grant, and it is my pleasure to introduce Kathy and Michael. They are the dear children of Bruce Wood, a recipient of the prestigious Richard Cope Youth Service Award. Bruce Wood was a beloved figure in Quincy, known for his unwavering dedication to bettering our city. Kathy and Michael are here this evening to help us introduce the recipient of the Wood Grant, an award that continues to honor their father's incredible impact to our community.
So Kathy's actually in Florida right now. This is my sister Christine. I'm sorry, my brother Timmy's over here. So on behalf of my family, we're happy to present the 2025 Bruce Wood Grant to Mike Weber and Keith Walsh from Presidential Junk Removal, a great young business in the city of Quincy.
I just want to thank everybody for tonight. It's an amazing award. I did not expect this. Tell you a little bit about myself. I started this company as a joke. Didn't expect it to go anywhere. Thought it was going to be a part-time hustle. My wife thought it was going to be a part-time hustle. She told me to give it up. But here we are today. And I got to tell you, I'm very grateful. So the reason why I actually applied for this grant was because my garage became a storage center, and my wife did not like that. When it snowed out, there was nowhere to put the cars. And what we'd like to do is we like to donate the furniture to people in need. And we needed a storage container, particularly a 40-foot storage container, to make things work. And I saw the opportunity to apply for this grant, and I didn't think anything of it. And I said, you know what, I'll apply for it. And here we are, we got the grant, and I'm very grateful for it. And I want to thank everybody tonight for coming, and thank the Woods family, thank Julie, and thank all the members. I really appreciate this. It means a lot to me. And thank you very much.
Next award that's up is the Phyllis Godwin Woman in Business Award. I'd like to introduce Sally Means-Bong, whose kindness and dedication continues to inspire us. I had the privilege of meeting Sally at her grandmother Phyllis's home, and it was such a joy to spend the time with both of you. As I said today to Sally, you inspire my relationship with my granddaughter, so thank you for that. As a brand new mom, Sally is starting her own new exciting chapter. Please welcome Sally.
I am so proud to be here tonight on behalf of my grandmother to present the third annual Phyllis Godwin Award for Women in Business. Now, many of you know Phyllis from her decades of work in Quincy running Granite City Electric as the CEO. She was the first female chair of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce, and she has always been a role model, mentor, and champion for women in business. At 98 years young, Phyllis is here with us tonight, and she's here. She would also probably be giving a better speech than me, but she's testing me to make sure I can do this to carry on the legacy. So here you have me. She's here to celebrate and perpetuate the progress and prowess of women in business here in Quincy. Together, we carefully read through the incredible applicant list for this award and want to extend a sincere thank you to all of the brilliant and driven women who applied. We loved reading about all of the interesting things that they are doing and wish we didn't have to pick just one. To these women, please continue pushing the needle forward and please apply again next year. But after much consideration, one applicant truly stuck out to us. Allie Barnes is a force to be reckoned with. With decades of experience in corporate health and wellness, she has owned multiple companies in the nutrition, fitness, and health industries, culminating in her innovative fitness and wellness studio, Rebuilt. Allie has used her extensive knowledge, and I'm talking a master's degree and one going on 2 doctorates, to create a truly unique and effective boutique fitness experience. Rebuilt is a bright and welcoming, cutting-edge small group training facility which prioritizes mind-body function, efficient recovery, and reversing the inevitable effects of aging. Rebuilt's 3-pronged approach to wellness, which is designed by Allie, has helped countless clients improve their productivity, their labs, and their mood, as well as clinical longevity markers. She is helping people be healthier, stronger, and to live longer, while also providing a vibrant hub for community. With hopes of scaling her business to reach more people and continuing her corporate outreach programs, now business owners in here, if you want your employees to be healthier and happier, hit up Allie, she can definitely help you with that. We are honored to support Allie and her efforts to share her knowledge and to present to her tonight the 2025 Phyllis Godwin Award for Women in Business. Let's hear it for Allie Barnes.
Thank you, Sally. The introduction was so good. I don't know what to do with the speech at this point. Thank you. Hi, everybody. How's the evening? Good, good. This is an amazing event. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sally. This is such an honor. Your family, I can't thank you enough for this. This is an amazing award and amazing recognition. So I'm going to get real with you guys here. I know these can get long, and because I've studied mindset for so long, I know that after 20 minutes, you're not paying attention at all. So we're starting over. Here we go. As most of you know in this room, we have a tough job when you own your own business or where you work in the business and hope to grow it, right? It isn't always easy. It's a lot of long hours, tough decisions, and sacrifices that aren't always visible to the outside. But also, as many of you know, it's you do the work that aligns with your purpose. It can also be one of the best things you do in life. So for me, my purpose became crystal clear 16 years ago when I woke up in the hospital in the ICU from a coma a week after giving birth to my first daughter. It was that moment that I thought, wow, a very healthy individual can end up in a situation that changes their life. So I bet you didn't see that one coming. However, don't get me wrong, I was extremely healthy for what we think in the United States, and I literally couldn't believe that this had changed my world. So, my life had changed immediately, not because I was a mother, that was amazing, but because I had to choose and learn to survive in that moment. So, like any pain point, it can break you or it can make you. Anybody have a pain point that changed their entire life and dictates what they do now? They can probably understand that moment. So, I wanted to not only survive, I wanted to thrive, so I went back for yet another degree that we've talked about. And since then, everything I've done in my life is from that moment, building a foundation to make the rest of the world a healthier, happier place where it is easy to thrive. So I am now a human health optimization expert. My name is Allie Barnes. In the last 25 years, I worked so hard to get so many science degrees and certification that I'll spare you the list, because if I actually list it, you will easily assume I have no personality at all. I'm a functional nutritionist, exercise physiologist, integrative health practitioner, and the founder of several health and wellness businesses that we've already mentioned, so I won't bore you there. But more than that, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a partner, and I'm a woman on a mission to help others optimize their health and thrive at every age. Okay, so now, who here has a longevity advisor, a health advisor, so that when you do retire, you feel great enough to use that life of yours that you so financially planned out during retirement? Ouch. Okay, so here's the current stats in the United States. At 65 years old, 85% of us will have at least one chronic illness and chronic disease. Okay? So the goal in life isn't to die with a lot of money, it's to live with a lot of money, right? If you can put it all together. So if I can give you guys the biggest piece of advice that I have after decades of school in the sciences, it would be to get a health optimization plan to thrive as you age. Today, receiving the Phyllis Godwin Award to me means more than recognition. It means fuel. It means fuel that we can now expand our wellness programming to get to more midlife men and women who feel stuck, who feel like they know life could be a little bit better than this, overwhelmed or exhausted or just off track. It also helps us with our first responders and our corporate health and wellness programs to get everybody mentally and physically back on for productivity. And it helps me with my individual patients to have everybody feel as though they're thriving again. There was always that point, we call it the heyday, I call it my superwoman. You're like, I want to feel like that again. If anybody got out of bed this morning and said, oh, my knees hurt or my back hurts, but it's because I'm getting older, those things are not synonymous. If you put your body in the right environment, you can feel better and thrive. And it's a fairly easy thing to do. So, to Phyllis, thank you for being a trailblazer. Thank you for making it just a little bit easier for the rest of us to be able to follow our passion and help people. Thank you for your legacy. It's so strong, and your mentorship is a gift, and I'm very honored to carry that forward. To the chamber, the committee, and everybody else in the room, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting women businesses. And many of you in this room right now are either my patient, my corporate health and wellness groups, my gym members. So I'm very honored to know you all and serve you. If you have not heard me talk about health and wellness before and extending lifespans, I promise you this will not be the last time. Finally, to my family, I swore I wasn't going to tear up on this part. Thank you for your love, your patience, and your unwavering support. You are my greatest reason why, and I couldn't do it without you.
Tim Cahill was in the room, walking around, and I'm sure you guys were wondering, whoa, Tim's here. Tim is here because we want to thank him for all the work that he has done for the Quincy Chamber during his tenure here. So I'd like for Jim Dunphy to come up here. Jim and Tim have built a great friendship. They have worked together closely. They have strong focus on the chamber over these last few years. Please welcome Jim Dunphy.
Good to see everyone. Thank you for attending. Julie, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. And what I'm going to do is, Tim joined the chamber probably about 6 years ago, and I had the privilege of joining the board around that time and watching all the great things that he did, bringing this chamber to a whole nother level, which is a testament to tonight's audience. And the good news is Tim, while he left the Quincy Chamber, he's still part of the South Shore community, leading up the South Shore Chamber, so we haven't lost him for good. He's still in our footprint, and congratulations, too. I'd be remiss to all the reward recipients. Great job. And it's my pleasure to invite Tim Cahill up for a formal thank you, goodbye, and for him to have the proper send-off. So, Tim?
Good politician knows when it's time to wrap up the night. And the recipients who've already gotten their awards really deserve them far more than me. I just want to tell everyone how thankful, how lucky I am, how thankful I have been to be here for the last 6 years and to build this chamber to what it is today. I wish Julie and the team the best. I thank Jim Dunphy and South Shore Bank for all of their support from day one. I had a great board. I had great support. The city of Quincy helped me tremendously. Everyone knows that it takes far more than one person to make what has been developed over these last 5 years. And it really comes down to all of you, the small business community. And I also had a mentor growing up outside of sports and my family, and that was George Montilio and his family, who really set the tone for how to run a business, how to work hard. Just one story, and I'll leave it at that, but George and I go way back. Both of my sisters worked for the Montilios back on Chestnut Street. But back in 1982, I had a little shop called Handshakes Cafe, and we had committed to baking over 100 pies one night, not knowing how difficult it was to bake 100 pies in one convection oven with 3 guys. I peeled apples all night. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, we realized we had run out of mince. And my partner, Ed Graham, started looking around. Of course, it was 2 o'clock in the morning back in those days, and there was no place to go. So he called up Montilio's and met somebody. It's probably Guido, I'm not sure. Somebody who worked in the kitchen back then, and they met in the back alley. And he handed him a can of mince so we could make our mince pies. So my life goes back to the Montilio family almost as long as my life. I'm so proud and honored that you all were honored to be the 8th recipient of the Hall of Fame. What's that? Yes. Oh, no, all of you. All of you. I'm just so proud that, that Julie and the team that run the Quincy Chamber now have kept the tradition going. And by naming George Montilio and his family to be the Hall of Fame recipient, to get all of the folks who were honored here today for the Bruce Wood Grant, and most especially for the Phyllis Godwin Award. My heart goes out to all of you. I have been very, very lucky, and being here was one of the luckiest opportunities I ever had. So to Tina, to my family, and to all of you, thank you and God bless.
Thanks, Tim. Okay, well, I'm just going to start to wrap it up now and just have some closing remarks. Thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. I'd like to congratulate again Allie, Michael, George, and Tim tonight. What a great night. It was wonderful. Everybody these awards are well-deserved. This evening is a celebration of community connection and progress that we've made together. Your support, your enthusiasm, and dedication are what makes it all possible. Let's continue building on this momentum, working together to make a difference. I look forward to being your president, and thank you, everybody, tonight. Thank you.